Good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Bloomer. I'm the principal of Churchill High School, and I'd like to welcome you to the third annual Winston Awards. The Winston Awards were born out of the idea from our namesake, Mr. Winston Churchill himself. In 1941, Sir Winston Churchill uttered the famous advice that truly honors the students tonight. Our students gathered tonight took that advice to heart almost 80 years later. They never gave in or gave up, as we now say. Tonight we'll hear wonderful testimonials of students that could have given up but didn't. We'll hear stories from educators who saw a willingness from these students to persevere. You'll also hear stories that inspire you. I know each of these kids gathered here tonight inspire me. Tonight we'll also be honoring outstanding educators that were nominated by the students that you'll see this evening. I think we all can agree without a great teacher, we wouldn't be where we are this evening. Tonight, this auditorium is filled with many of the finest educators in South Texas. I know that each of you will be a success story once you leave Churchill High School, students. You have demonstrated that to us. I know that when you return to Churchill to visit, you'll share wonderful stories of just those successes. Now, tonight is about students. Enough of me talking, and let's get on with honoring those that we have gathered here tonight. I will now turn it over to Ms. Tina Lozano, our Assistant Principal for Curriculum, who will announce our Winston Award recipients.
Julieta Aguilar Constantino, honoring Ms. Megan Whitty.
Dear Ms. Whitty, I just want to begin on thanking you for being the best math teacher I had during all my 3 years of middle school, and that you pushed me into becoming the person I am today. You have really motivated me by always believing that I could become so much more in the future, and knowing that I could achieve my goals no matter how rocky the road was. You showed me that you care about me, and that you really meant a lot coming from me. I appreciate that you did, I really do, because I never had a teacher who actually cares so much. As I'm ending this chapter and starting a new one, I hope you're proud of me. Thank you for everything.
Logan Allison, honoring First Sergeant Parr.
So I've been at Churchill for almost more than 3 years, and First Sergeant Parr is the only teacher here that's helped me, truly. Because when I first came into the program, I was a mess, and he was always on me about it. It took almost 2 years for me to get things together. But because of him, I've matured and I feel I've become a better person over the past years. He motivates me every day to do better for myself, and it reminds me to have pride and to be strong every day. There have been times where I've been having a really bad day, and no matter how he feels about me at that moment, he will always be there for me to talk to. I'm so grateful to have him a part of my life, and for that I'm thankful.
Leonardo Alva, honoring Ms. Ashley Barrera.
I would like to thank this amazing teacher for what they had done for me in my last 3 years of high school. This teacher's name is Ms. Ashley Barrera. She has been a great teacher for me when I needed help with an assignment or advice with a problem with friends or something that has been weighing on me for some time. I would like to thank her for being that shoulder to lean on when I needed to talk to her about something personal or private. From everyone else, she has taken the time out of her schedule to talk to me, but she really has helped me a lot, and I wanted to thank her for it.
Nicholas Ayala, honoring Miss Emily Hanneman.
Well, miss, now we're here. I never thought I'd be up on this stage getting an award. Honestly, I never thought I'd be getting an award all these 3 years, but the only person I have to thank for that is you. When you first meet Miss H, you think she's like this loud, crazy person, which she is most of the time. But until I started talking to you. That's when I realized that deep down, you are the most caring and sweetest person that I have ever met. And without you, I would probably be in like a dumpster in fire with these missing works. But thanks to you, Miss, I've been catching up with all my grades, and I have you to thank for that, for scaring the living hell out of me. And this might sound cheesy, but who really cares? I don't really believe in superheroes, but in my eyes, you're my superhero. And I'll never forget such an amazing person as you, and God bless you.
Destiny Helmke, representing Sydney Bagby, honoring Miss Susana Tablada.
Miss Susana Tablada was my first period teacher in my 9th grade year at this school. She was also my introduction to what an excellent high school teacher was. She acknowledged my struggles, believed in me, checked up on me when I was at my lowest. When I returned, she treated me as a person when all I felt like was a statistic, someone struggling with mental health. I still remember waking up every morning, no matter what mood I woke up in, excited to go to school because I knew that she would make the start of the day better. Her strength and tough but nurturing attitude made her a light and a role model in a year that was full of new beginnings and change.
Santiago Becerra, honoring Miss Marianne Rodriguez.
Hello to everyone. Please, I say a favor to the crowd. Please give a great applause to my peers. They deserve their reward. I'm gonna thank the most important person for me of this school, Miss Marianne Rodriguez. I remember my first day of school in Winston Churchill. I was confused and anxious because it was my first time studying here in the United States this year. But when I met you, Ms. Rodriguez, your kindness and charisma helped me relax and feel confident that everything was going to go well. Ms. Rodriguez, if it wasn't for you, I would not be well on my way to graduate this year. I feel really honored to have such a special person as my counselor. The dedication that you have, not only for me, but for each of your students, makes you stand out, makes you unique. I believe people should look at you as an example of a great professional who gives her very best to make a difference in her students' lives. 150 words are not enough to say all the things that I'm thankful for. So in short, Ms. Rodriguez, thank you very much.
Jasmine Billingsley, honoring Miss Jennifer Watley.
All right. Before high school, I remember that quite a few people thought I was a pretty good singer. But for me personally, I didn't see that. If anything, I always thought I was that little bit off. Yeah, Miss Watley. I remember you were my vocal coach at some point. You were a joy to work with. I love your energy. Where am I in the script? You've helped me on things I didn't even know that I was doing, like working on not forcing my vibrato, and at some point during practice, I finally thought, wow, that's my voice! Although I haven't taken voice lessons from you since freshman year, I still love to see you those few times a week, and the fact that you're still working with other students with voice lessons. I may have dreams outside of choir, but you've inspired me nonetheless.
Claudia Lee Bustamante Valderas, honoring Miss Sandra Pursley.
Hi. Since I came to San Antonio, I was terrified that I wouldn't fit in and that I needed to learn a new language. But thanks to you, I was capable of expressing myself to experience new things. With your advice and support, you were the one that helped me. And I thank God for the incredible person that He sent me and has been with me since my sophomore year in Churchill. The person who always received me with a smile in her face, the person who gave me her warm hugs, the person who told me that everything was going to be okay and that I shouldn't worry. You were the first person that I met, the first friend that I had since I came here, and the first face that is on my school. And since that first moment, I knew that you were my guardian angel.
Pete Camarillo honoring Miss Julie Metcalfe.
In early elementary school, I was a very mischievous child. Teachers were not fond of me. When I moved in the 3rd grade, I met Miss Metcalfe. She was one of the few teachers at the time who saw the good in me and helped me in ways other than scolding. Even though I still got into trouble time and time again, her teaching stayed with me after so long. When I heard I was nominated for this award, I was surprised and never expected to be here. And when I was told that I could have an honoree, there were so many teachers that I'd like to thank. But Miss Metcalfe was a man who soared above the rest. I can say for certain I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for the help of Miss Metcalfe.
Christian Cleary honoring Mr. Christian Bremer.
Good evening. I'm here to express my appreciation for an educator and learner, Mr. Bremer, who inspires me to put my pen to paper whenever a thought may arise. When thoughts occur, ideas evolve into tales becoming bread for life. Mr. Bremer is a like-minded teacher who embodies the English instruction. English doesn't have to be limited to assignments. It may also be used to hold a conversation about a topic that shakes meaning's hand. He spells out the English conduct in and out of the classroom. English isn't just only words. It's for creators who turn thoughts into stories, becoming an ultimate presentation for events like Among These. To night ends, I will take what I learned with me to create stories waiting to be written. Thank you again for this honor, and I will utilize it in my career for the now, present, and future.
Jonah Cook honoring Mr. Brandon Fornash.
The first day of my freshman year, Period B English was the first hour course on my timetable. I walked into a small-ish classroom and sat awkwardly at one of the shared tables with 5 other people I didn't know. Individual desks wouldn't fit. Little did I know the safe place that small-ish classroom would be for me, and the memories and milestones it would bring about. Every day in speech, Mr. Fornash fostered a place where my passions and ideas mattered and could be channeled into something creative. So, I wanted to dedicate my last speech of high school to him. Through my journey, both academic and otherwise, I knew he would always be one of the incredible people I could count on being in my corner. Without the team environment he helped to maintain, I have no clue what these past 4 years would have been like. Though I'm graduating at the end of this year and I will no longer be your student, I wanted you, Fornash, to know that you'll always be my coach.
Zachariah Doraji honoring Miss Stacy Steele.
So, Miss Steele is the teacher that taught me English. For those who don't know, I traveled from Iran to America in 2014. I had no clue how I was supposed to speak any English. I was scared, stressed, and because of it, I was suffering both physically and emotionally at school. I hated school. And when my parents saw the things I was going through, they came and spoke to the school. The school counselor said, "I know someone that can help you." And that was the first time I met her. As a student, I've never seen another teacher so passionate about her job. She really loved helping kids that were having a hard time speaking English. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be standing here tonight saying the things I would be able to say. For that, I'll always be in your debt. Thank you.
Lake Dworkin, honoring Mr. Wes Moore.
Coach Moore, you're one of the only persons who I felt truly had my back throughout high school, or in middle school and all my schools. You changed my life from what you did to me. From helping me get into sports when everyone else didn't want me to be there, to being a great teacher that I felt comfortable with and helped me through my middle school days, a long time ago. I'd be a completely different person if it wasn't for you. And all I could say is thank you for what you did.
Honoring Miss Emily Henneman.
Dear Miss H, thank you for helping me get to this point in my life. I would not be here without your support and constant concern on if I'm passing or not. I just want it to be known that I greatly appreciate what you have done for me for the past 3 years, and it means everything to me. All the early tutoring and staying late for more tutoring really helped me stay on track with all of my work. Thank you for all the time and effort you put into me day after day. Once again, I thank you for everything you've done up to this point.
Miles Fuentes, honoring Miss Ann Ivins.
So I know that this ceremony is about honoring and thanking people, but if I'm honest, I can't thank Miss Ivins even a fraction of enough for the kindness that she radiates in everything she does and has done for me. From rushing into getting to know her students personally and trying as hard as she could visibly, to showing me personal grace, she's become a big part of my perseverance thus far and helping me through the home stretch and wanting to get through high school and make something of myself, and I know that I will because of the kindness that people like her have shown me. She may not have known it to be the roughest patch in my life when I met her, but that makes it all the more meaningful that she's been nothing short of lovely to me. And not only to me, Miss Ivins is lovely and all that a teacher and role model should be, and because she is an English teacher, I see it appropriate to assign her a word, and that word would be lovely. Being her student this year was and is just as great an honor as receiving this award, and so it's with the highest regard and praise that I accept it next to her.
Luis Galvan, honoring Miss Brooke Morrow, and standing in for Miss Morrow, who is ill, is Miss Stiefvater.
With Ms. Morrow home ill, Ms. Gelder is here for her and replacement. Ms. Morrow, I would like to thank her for putting me in the front chair of your class. When you were doing the sitting chart, I didn't want to come to school because of it. And thank you for knowing the situations I was going through growing up through high school. I was in your I was struggling through certain things that nobody could know, but only you would like to know. Ms. Morrow, thanks for supporting me through my high school years. It was always fun while in the last 3 years of your class. Thanks for being the best ASL teacher I know.
Daphne Garcia, honoring Miss Elizabeth Morrison.
I chose to honor you, Miss Morrison, because you made an impact on my daily due to COVID-19. I want to shine a light on that because you have been a great teacher through this screen. To make me smile and have confidence to talk about what's going in my head toward her. U.S. history was a difficult class to complete and she helped me so much. Thank you for everything you did for me, and I will forever cherish our friendship.
Isaiah Garcia, honoring Miss Kelly McRae Jumonville.
Good evening. I chose Miss Kelly. She's very nice and sweet. And when I was a freshman and a sophomore with her, she was my case manager. She's teaching me and supporting me in my classes and everything. I was motivated by her because she's a very special teacher and she was helping me when I was stuck in classes. She was never strict with anyone. She's an amazing teacher. She acted and did like fun things with us. She helped me with everything that I had to do with students. And all of her support was awesome.
Peyton Gill, honoring Miss Chassie Bentley.
There have been a lot of people who've made an impact on my life, but one person who has significantly impacted me is Miss Bentley. If I could describe Miss Bentley in a few words, I would choose the words devoted, loving, motivational, and a true blessing. Starting September of 2021, I got very sick and was hospitalized for 4 months. It was definitely one of the hardest times for me emotionally and physically. I doubted myself getting accepted into any colleges or even finishing high school and graduating. But Miss Bentley was by my side through it all. Not only did she just do her job as my homebound teacher, she went above and beyond. She was my shoulder to cry on, she advocated for me, pushed me to do better, and is someone I could talk to about almost anything. She became a true friend. I'm now graduating high school and getting accepted into many colleges I thought I never would, and I owe it all to her.
Juan Gonzalez, honoring Miss Charlotte Garza Rowe.
Tonight, I would like to say a few words about an important person in my life who did not only help me get through all the tough times back in elementary school, but who also was there for me going into middle school and high school. Ms. Rowe, you have been a great impact in my life. Back in 3rd grade, we lost our teacher in mid-year, and Ms. Rowe stepped in. She was able to get the whole class back on track and just help us get through everything. I remember having to fake a hand injury so I could get away with having to do any work, and she didn't fall for that. But she was there for me, and to this day, we still keep in contact. She helps me get through school problems, family problems, friend problems, and even girl problems. I am so blessed to have an amazing teacher like Ms. Rowe. Thank you.
Austin Grimes, honoring Mr. Brian Hawkins.
Here. So I chose Coach Hawkins because there was a point in time I actually wanted to quit, and he helped me get through the year. I didn't want to come to school because I already don't want school, honestly. I mean, except the wrestling, of course. Alright, where am I? School, I wasn't doing too good at home either. He helped me get through that pretty easily. Coach was there for me. He talked to me even when it was difficult. It is very hard for me to show my emotions and, talk to people. And Coach Hawkins helped me a lot with that. He convinced me to get counseling as well, and I did do that, and it helped a lot. I respect what he does for me and for what he does for everyone, including his, he teaches, and he's a really good teacher. He teaches a lot of good life lessons. See, I'm not really good at talking, so I'm stuttering. I'm not gonna lie. And that's pretty much all. Just want to tell him thank you for everything he's done in my life and everyone else's life.
Gabriela Corolla, honoring Miss Kathleen Johnson.
Upon passing by your room, you made it feel as though we could walk in and sit down, and that's what I did. You know exactly how to make a student feel comfortable and welcome with a smile on your face. You can change a room by your bright and caring attitude and ensure a person's attitude as well. As my years here come to an end, I want to thank you for making me feel safe and comfortable as it made a tremendous difference in my life. It made days easier when I could go to you when I needed a mental break or for a quick snack as a child. Meeting you was the best thing to change the course of my life for the better and shaping who I want to be for others in the world. Thank you.
Destiny Helmke, honoring Miss Rose Garcia.
Okay. The first time I was called into your office, I knew I wasn't going to like you. Not just because, but because I knew you were just as determined and stubborn as me. From day one, you encouraged me to be the best, even when I felt at my worst. You made sure I would go on to accomplish the inevitable. Throughout our tears, chases, and laughs, not once did you give up on me. Like those times where you chased me around the school like a game of tag, or those times I rolled my eyes and walked out dramatically like I was the main character. You still persisted and made sure I was going to become the person I dreamt of but never felt like I could achieve. Thank you so much.
Alan Hernandez, honoring Mr. Mathis Clark.
For the last 4 years, I've had the privilege of being a part of Mr. Clark's Avid classroom, where Mr. Clark has not only taught me to be more proactive and a responsible person, but has also been there to provide a helping hand if I ever had needed. He has encouraged me to do better than I ever thought I could. He even believed in me when my worst insecurity had paralyzed me beyond belief. He has motivated me to stay true to my passion and has allowed me to make some of the most amazing classmates that always seem to make my day. Mr. Clark, you are a one-of-a-kind teacher and one of the best people I've ever had the privilege of meeting. I will miss you when I graduate in May, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Christopher Hopkins Jr., honoring Miss Megan Toddy-Wood.
So school has always been one of the hardest things for me, especially high school. From the year I met Miss Wood, she's always been pushing me to make good grades in my classes and stuff. And every time I come around to say hi or hello, are your grades up? So she's like, are you passing this? Are you passing that? I say, I try. It's really hard to focus for me. She has helped me realize the importance of my grades, that I need to actually do work in order to pass, and, the important things and the urgency of the tasks I need to do in order to become and reach my goal of an artist. So thank you, Ms. Wood, and thanks to all the teachers too for helping me get to this place where I'm at right now.
Michael Judon, honoring Mr. Colby Rapp.
Coach
where do I start? Well, I really don't do stuff like this, but let's start off by saying when I came from PE to athletics, you were the main reason why I did track, and you convinced me to little to do. The reason every time after school you taught me how to hit the track and how to run corners, and how not to give up when I wanted to so bad. And after that, I tore my hamstring. I got into freshman year, game of football, but it never felt the same. Never felt the same when you taught me how, but I keep taking that in. And I took a little bit of that. I just hope that you are proud of me and that I tried.
Luke Keller, honoring Mr. Gary Walters.
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Walters, for having a great and inviting attitude toward the class. You've been a huge help to me and others in the class. You help people with confusing segments and explain topics in an easy-to-understand manner. You go at a steady pace and make it easy to obtain information about crucial historic events, like when you listed off each of the 27 amendments in an easy-to-attain way and gave examples for each. I just wanted to say thank you for all the support to me and everyone.
Michael Madler, honoring First Sergeant William Park.
So even though this award is for us and our perseverance, none of us would have been able to do it without the help of our teachers and counselors along the way. One of these teachers that helped me the most was my JROTC instructor, First Sergeant William Park. He didn't have to help us in the ways that he did, but he did it anyway. It was my first year in Army JROTC this year, and he helped me learn the differences between the Army and the Air Force ROTC that I was at years prior. I'm currently preparing to join the military, and he's given me advice for not only enlisting, but life afterwards in general. He's always been kind, even when you mess up, and he's always there for his students. He is one of the best teachers and instructors that I've ever known, and I hope others have learned from him as well. Thank you.
Dustin Mallory, honoring Miss Erica Garza. Honoring Miss Susan Gillespie.
On the first day of school, I recognized Susan. I'm like, oh, I met her again in my world history class. And she really did everything she could to inspire me and keep me smiling. Susan taught me to always continue to know about my culture and getting me involved with the deaf community for many years. You really inspired me to improve on my schooling, and you were always there for me for everything and for all the ways that I was needed. You were very special to me, and you gave me your daughter's clothes, and we got to chat and have fun, laugh a lot, just everything. So thank you for everything that you've done for me, Susan, in my life, and I hope that we will see each other again after I graduate high school.
Jack Dodge, honoring Mr. John Grice.
Mr. Grice was my unexpected world geography teacher my freshman year. He was also my U.S. history teacher senior year. He won our class over with his sense of humor and wit, whether it was cracking a joke at every opportunity or playing a popular video game theme song in the background of class just to see if we would notice. It was not only this, but his unique way of teaching that really captured me. His references to pop culture while seamlessly educating us on the topic at hand not only kept our attention, but blended so well that I'm sure he's made a lot of other students' favorite teachers list as well. These qualities and more made him relatable, funny, and in touch, which led me to look forward to his class every day and for me to pick him as my teacher honoree.
Samira Matt, honoring Miss Marla Stiefvater.
I want to thank Miss Stiefvater for everything she has done. When I first moved down to this state, I wasn't even considered a senior. But thanks to her and all the work she's done with me, I'm finally a senior. When I first met her, she was and still is the most sweetest and helpful teacher I met. She comes to my desk just to congratulate me, to check up on me mentally, and to see how my grades are and how I'm doing in my progress. Having her as my teacher was honestly one of the best things about coming to this new big school. I've never had a teacher like her before. It was such an honor just to be able to get to meet her and get to know her. The day I was called into the office to get congratulated about getting nominated for this award, I knew automatically I wanted to choose her as my honorary educator. I was so excited to ask her that day. As soon as I walked into her class, I asked her and she had a smile on her face and thanked me for the hug. By far, she is and will always be my favorite educator.
Reuben Morales, honoring Miss Ashley Barrera.
I was a freshman when I met Ms. Barrera. She was my biology teacher. I had her 8th period, and from the start, she was just a nice kid, genuine person, off the get-go. And then later on, I got to know you throughout the year. I was so right. You were still an amazing teacher. You actually cared for me, told me how am I doing and stuff. And I really thank you for that. And then, later around the year, I stopped trying. But Ms. B kept me in guard. She kept me in place, asked me if I'm doing my work and stuff, if I was behaving with my teachers. And, I really thank her for that, because if not, I probably wouldn't even be graduating today. So, thank you, Ms. B.
Mercedes Ontiveros Little, honoring Miss Murphy Brumlick.
Hello everyone, I want you all to know that I appreciate all my teachers and what they do for me. But the main teachers I saw as family and have been in the back of my mind for years are the heroes of my story. You got me through the harshest of nights that could have changed me for the worse if it weren't for your kindness. Ms. Brumlick, I want to thank you for telling me how beautiful my voice was and that if I put my mind to it, I can do anything. I am proud to tell you that I played the flute for all through middle school and with Miss Young, and have sung in choir for the last 4 years in high school. You gave me the courage to try new things I was too shy to accomplish. Thank you for teaching me to be the beauty of me.
Zoe Pekovich, honoring Mr. Tyler Gelder.
When I met Coach G my freshman year, he was my track coach. He was ever inspiring and pushing me to be the best I could. I was a leader for the team at the time, and track became a focal point consuming most of my energy and time. As COVID unraveled, my mental health declined. My junior year, I was at a very low point and I was not taking care of myself the way I once had. He noticed my cry for help at a time where I felt so invisible I was seen. I will forever be grateful that he continuously supported me through those times and continues to do so. The support and belief he has in me inspires me daily and will continue to do so after my time at Churchill is over.
Anthony Porch, honoring Miss Allison Cavazos.
Can Ms. Cavazos get a round of applause? What makes a good teacher? I think the answer to that question is someone who is gladly willing to do more than their job description entails. Someone who lifts their students up, and someone who understands that there's more to a person than what meets the eye. Whew. I feel blessed to have the opportunity to thank a teacher who takes her job but goes above and beyond to help her many students. Ms. Cavazos, my choir teacher. Our choir teacher's actions speak louder than her words. Her kindness brings joy, even on the darkest day. So a prime example of a good teacher, and a prime example of a positively exceptional human being. Thank you.
Gabriela Quintana, honoring Miss Clarissa Clark.
I wanted to honor you, Ms. Clark, because you're an amazing educator, and I've known you since I was 14. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you did for me inside and outside of campus. You were always there for me. I will never forget how you approached me and gave me a hard, long hug that everything will be all right. Even today, you were always there for me. You were the one who encouraged me to wear my heart on my sleeve and never hold back my feelings. You taught me nothing but kindness, enthusiasm, and patience. Clark, thank you for being someone that I could look up to for 4 years.
Olivia Richardson, honoring Mr. Robert Funes.
I stand here for many reasons, but one being Mr. Finesse. Me as a person looking for a career in education, I was told I'd have an example of what kind of teacher I wanted to be like. Mr. Finesse has taught me since the 6th grade. He taught me nature and science, and he taught me all the way until I was in the 11th grade. He's now become the headmaster at Great Hearts Northern Oaks, and I'm graduating in hopes of following his footsteps and being a teacher and future educator. Through many hardships, I've not only had Mr. Finesse, but my family and my friends to get me where I am today, and I could not be more thankful.
Mia Rosales, honoring Miss Samantha Serio.
When you think of a teacher, you immediately think homework, pop quizzes, exams, etc. But when I think of Miss Serio, I see the support I never thought I'd have. I'm not the healthiest person physically and mentally, and I can go on about it. I'm plagued with some things such as endometriosis, depression, anxiety, etc., blah, blah, blah. So naturally, things like school are always a struggle for me, but Miss Serio, who I've had since my sophomore year, has always been a shoulder to lean on. She goes above and beyond just the title of a teacher. She will make sure you succeed, and she won't label you with what's going on with you. But instead, she'll pick up the pieces and tell you, it's okay, let's get this done. Yes, she's only my math teacher, but to me, she's been one of the biggest supports in high school, and I thank her for inspiring me to get up on those days and work.
Liela Trevino, honoring Mr. Tyler Geldner.
I just came from a track meet, so
Coach G has always been by my side. From when I was dead last at a cross-country practice and he turned around to come run back with me, to me passing out after a track race and him carrying me to the water, to me crying over a boy and him helping me get over it, to being there for me during my COVID tough times, to him helping me pass my math classes, and to him now standing here with me at this ceremony. Whenever I need a person to talk to, it's always Coach G. You have helped me progress mentally and physically, and have made an impact on the person I am today by becoming a strong young woman that's now ready to take on the world. I hope you continue to thrive in your careers because there's no one like you. So thank you, Coach G.
Students have elected not to attend our ceremony. However, Winston Churchill High School still wishes to recognize them for their achievement. Alan Aguilar, Christopher Bonilla, Andres Ruiz, Brandon Voshin, Mr. Bloomer will now close our ceremony. Thank you and congratulations.
Wasn't that just awesome? Our world needs more of these stories to be told. Told of the students and told of the educators. So how about one more big round of applause for the students? Before we go, I'd like to thank the parents and guests that are gathered here tonight. We know that without your love and support this evening would not be possible. Parents and guests, would you find your loved one here tonight and would you wave to them? Students, will you wave back to your guest as a sign of gratitude for all they have done for you? It's pretty cool to look at. I'd also like to thank a few folks this evening who made tonight possible. Mandy Schmidt and Felipe Cardenas, Ms. Esmeralda Torres, and Ms. Tina Lozano. Our PTA was also instrumental with ensuring that the evening was very special. How about a big round of applause to the